You can be the smartest person in the room, but if you can't speak clearly, you're invisible. Before we start, I need you to understand something most people never hear in their entire life. People don't judge you by your hard work. They judge you by your speech, by how clearly you speak, by how confidently your words land, by how effortlessly you explain your ideas. Because in every room, whether it's your workplace, a date, a meeting, or even a casual conversation, the person who speaks the clearest is instantly seen as the smartest, not always the most qualified, not the hardest working, just the clearest communicator. And that's exactly why today's video matters. Welcome to how to speak 10x more clearly and sound like the smartest person in the room. And I'm telling you right now, watch till the very end, because you're about to learn something that will permanently change the way people perceive you. Here's the truth most of society never tells you. You can be brilliant, you can be skilled, you can have potential that's off the charts. But if your communication is unclear, people will underestimate you for the rest of your life. Your ideas won't land, your value won't be seen, and your confidence will quietly disappear. But the opposite is also true. When you speak clearly, when every word hits with purpose, people stop interrupting you. People start respecting you, and suddenly you're the person everyone listens to. In this video, I'm going to break down a simple, powerful framework called the 3A pyramid, a model that shows you exactly why your speech gets messy, how your brain creates confusion, and how to rebuild your communication so cleanly that people automatically see you as sharper, smarter, more confident. And before we begin, if you want weekly insights that upgrade your confidence, your mindset, and the way you show up in the world, then join ZestifyUp. Hit the like and the bell icon. All right. Deep breath. If you've ever felt ignored, misunderstood, or underestimated, this video might be the turning point you've been waiting for. Let's begin. Chapter 1: Why Your Words Don't Land. Before we go deeper, let me give you the bridge that connects everything we just talked about. Because unclear speech doesn't start in your mouth, it starts in your mind. And if the mind is crowded, chaotic, or full of doubt, uncertain, messy, and weaker than you intended, so will your speech be. Let me show you the simple model behind all of this, something I call the 3A pyramid. Don't worry, this isn't theory. This is the real reason some people speak with laser focus while others ramble, hesitate, or freeze. Imagine a pyramid with 3 layers. At the bottom, your awareness. What you notice, what you feel, the thoughts running inside you. Above that, your alignment. The connection between your thoughts and what you actually want to say. And at the top, your articulation. The words that finally come out of your mouth. That's it. Awareness, alignment, articulation. 3 layers, 1 system. If the bottom is shaky, the top collapses. If you don't understand what you're really thinking, if your ideas are half-formed, if your emotions are loud and your clarity is quiet, then your speech will always sound like you're guessing. And here's the punchline. Most people try to fix their speech at the top of the pyramid, the articulation, not realizing the real problem is below the surface. They think the solution is to talk slower or add more confidence, but the truth is simple. You can't speak clearly if you don't think clearly. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. Picture this. A young consultant named Jack walks into a meeting. He's brilliant, sharp brain, great ideas, but he's nervous. He's been overlooked for months, and today, he finally gets his moment to speak. His awareness is chaotic. He's thinking, don't mess this up. Don't sound stupid. His alignment is broken. He knows what he wants to say, but he's also trying to predict what everyone wants to hear. And when he finally opens his mouth, his articulation collapses. He rambles. He over-explains. Halfway through his point, even he gets lost. People in the room don't see the fear. They don't see the pressure. They don't see the brilliant idea underneath. They just see someone who doesn't sound confident. Here's the harsh reality. When your message isn't clear, people assume you're not clear. And when they assume you're not clear, they stop listening. But now imagine another version of Jack. Same man, same brain. But this time, he understands the 3A pyramid. His awareness is calm. He knows what he's feeling. He notices the tension but doesn't let it control him. His alignment is locked in. He picks one idea, one direction, one purpose. And when he speaks, his articulation is sharp, clean, focused. Suddenly, the room leans in. People take notes. People respect him. Not because he magically became smarter, but because he finally spoke like someone worth listening to. And that is the shift this entire video is built on. Because once you understand the 3A pyramid, you stop forcing clarity and start building it. Your speech becomes a reflection of inner order, not inner chaos. Your words hit harder. Your presence feels stronger. And every room you walk into starts paying attention. Chapter 2: How to Speak with Conviction. Hesitation kills more ideas than failure ever will. Here's a truth that most ambitious people never hear. It's not enough to have brilliant ideas. It's not enough to work late, grind harder, or know your stuff inside out. If your words don't carry conviction, your ideas will die in the room. I saw this happen to Jack, a product VP at a mid-sized tech firm. He was brilliant, strategic, and had a roadmap that could have transformed the company. But when he presented to the board, he left empty-handed.
Why? Because every sentence was hedged. I think we could maybe try this. Possibly the data suggests. I'm not sure, but we might consider.
Sound familiar? Here's the harsh truth. Hesitant language kills authority. People don't hear your competence, they hear your doubt. And in real life, the world doesn't promote the smartest person. It promotes the person who sounds like a leader, the one who owns their words. Now here's the good news. Conviction can be learned. It's a skill, a muscle, and it grows when you train it like a pro. Here's how the top 1% make every word land like a hammer without yelling or dominating the room. Step 1. Prep like a rock star. Every top CEO, politician, even elite athletes rehearse before the big moment. Not because they're nervous, because clarity is a performance. Step 2. Record yourself. Every maybe, or I think is a clue. Listen back. Notice when hesitation sneaks in. Awareness is the first step to fixing it. Step 3. Do a filler detox. Pick one hedge word, maybe I think, and eliminate it for a week. Then move on to the next. And here's the magic trick. When you feel the urge to hedge, pause instead. Silence builds authority like nothing else. A well-timed pause says, I know what I'm saying, I'm choosing my words. And here's the final punch. Conviction isn't about being aggressive or loud, it's about being clear, calm, and unshakable. The room can feel it before they hear it. Your confidence literally lands before your first word does. So, here's your challenge. In your next meeting, presentation, or conversation, record it. Count every hedged word. Then, eliminate one hedged word at a time. Replace it with silence or a direct statement. Notice the difference when people actually start listening. And don't just stop there. If you want more weekly insights that turn ordinary conversations into authority-building moments, join ZestifyUp. We send out the exact techniques top performers use to own rooms, command respect, and influence without shouting. Remember this. The smartest person in the room isn't the one who knows the most. It's the one who speaks like they do. Chapter 3. Own your presence. Here's the brutal truth nobody tells you. You can have the clearest words in the world, the smartest ideas, the perfect plan. But if your body screams doubt, hesitation, or fear, nobody will listen. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I was giving a presentation to senior execs. I thought I was on point. I nailed the facts. The logic was tight. The visuals were clean. Afterwards, I asked my boss, how did I do? And she said, your ideas were solid, but you looked nervous as hell. Nervous. Me? I couldn't see it. She pointed it out. Bobbing my head, bouncing my leg, fiddling with a pen, eyes glued to slides instead of the room. Suddenly it hit me. It wasn't what I said. It was what I looked like I was saying. Princeton researchers found something shocking. People decide how competent you are in just 100 milliseconds. 1/10 of a second. Your posture, your gaze, your pause. It's already making judgments before a single word lands. Think about history's moments. 1960, Kennedy versus Nixon. Kennedy looked calm and composed on TV, even under pressure. Nixon, sweaty, fidgety, tense. TV viewers gave it to Kennedy. 1992, George H.W. Bush glanced at his watch in a debate. Millions saw him as disengaged. 2000, Al Gore's eye rolls and stiff posture made him appear distant and arrogant, while George W. Bush's relaxed stance made him relatable. Your body is always speaking. And here's the truth. Most people are failing the test without even knowing it. So how do you fix it? How do you own the room without saying a word? Step 1. Record yourself. Meetings, presentations, casual convos. Watch your posture, gestures, pacing. You'll be shocked how many nervous habits you've never noticed. Step 2. Slow down. Just 15 to 20% slower than normal. Pause after big points. Move with intent. Every deliberate motion tells the room, I'm in control, I own this. Step 3. Claim your space. Sit or stand comfortably. Don't shrink. Your presence is the amplifier of your words. Big ideas delivered by small posture? Ignored. Small ideas delivered with full presence? Command attention. And here's the kicker. When you combine clarity of words with confidence in your body, people stop questioning you. They don't just listen, they follow. They lean in, they nod, they believe. Here's your challenge for the next week. In your next meeting, presentation, or conversation, record yourself. Analyze posture, gestures, pacing. Identify one nervous habit and eliminate it. Stand taller. Pause. Own your space. Notice how people start leaning into your words instead of tuning out. And if you want more weekly insights that literally teach you how to speak, move, and influence like the top 1%, join ZestifyUp. We send simple, actionable lessons that upgrade presence and authority, the kind of tips most people learn after decades. Remember this, your words are only as powerful as your presence. Own the body, own the room, and suddenly your speech becomes unstoppable. Chapter 4. Make facts stick. Here's a truth that will change how you speak forever. Facts alone don't move people. Stories do. You can quote stats, drop data, even cite studies, but without a story, people forget. And if they forget, your brilliance dies in the room. I remember coaching Alex, a marketing director at a global brand. He had a 10-slide deck packed with numbers, revenue growth, engagement metrics, market share. He rehearsed it endlessly, polished every chart, memorized every figure. But in the boardroom, people nodded politely, then moved on. His data was perfect, but it didn't land. Then, we tried something different. Instead of starting with numbers, he began with a story. Last year, we launched a new campaign in Chicago. Our competitor laughed at us, saying it wouldn't work. But by the end of Q2, our engagement tripled, and we won the largest contract in that region. The same data, same results, but framed as a story. Suddenly, eyes lit up. Questions poured in. Investors leaned forward. Numbers became memorable because they were anchored in human experience. Even history shows this works. Think of Steve Jobs. He could have walked on stage and said, "We created a device with 5 gigs of storage for audio." But he didn't. He said, 1,000 songs in your pocket. 20 years later, people still remember it. Or imagine trying to explain a waterfall's power. Niagara Falls unleashes 634,000 gallons of water every second. Technically true, but nobody remembers it. Now tell it like this. That's like emptying 1 billion bathtubs off the edge every single minute. Boom. Instantly visual. Instantly unforgettable. Here's the key. Stories connect with the heart. Facts connect with the brain. If you want people to remember, make them feel. The best leaders, CEOs, even innovators, all do this instinctively. They wrap numbers in stories. They translate complex ideas into experiences. They make every statistic relatable, tangible, human. Think of your next presentation. meeting, or pitch, ask yourself, am I giving them numbers, or am I giving them a story that sticks? Because here's the harsh truth. The smartest idea in the room won't get remembered if it doesn't hit the heart. But the idea framed in a story, that idea spreads, inspires, and changes minds. And here's your challenge. Take one fact, one stat, one insight you need to share this week. Wrap it in a story. Make it visual. Make it human. Notice the difference when people stop nodding politely and actually lean in. Data alone informs, stories inspire. Combine them, and your words don't just land, they stick forever. Chapter 5. Build trust. Here's the hard truth about leadership. You can master clarity, conviction, presence, and storytelling. But if you can't lift others up and take responsibility when things go wrong, your leadership will crumble. A few years back, a friend of mine was stepping into his first CIO global leadership role at a fast-growing tech company. Before leaving, on his last week, he scheduled a one-on-one with one of his most talented managers, someone who had quietly kept the team afloat through countless late nights and crises. He asked her, "What do you wish I did differently?"
The manager paused. Nobody had ever asked her that before. Then, her voice cracked, and tears rolled down her face. "You're going to be a great leader. I just wish you had invested more in me."
Boom, that hit my friend like a lightning strike. He realized he had been showing off more than showing up. He was taking credit for wins and quietly blaming others for setbacks. And the truth? That's the opposite of leadership. The best leaders don't ask, who gets the credit? They ask, how do we succeed together? They turn every win into a we, and every loss into a me. Look at history. Truman said it best. It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit. Leaders who absorb blame build trust. Trust is the most powerful currency at the top. Contrast that with failure. The CEO of Lehman Brothers collapsed in 2008, blaming hedge funds, regulators, the market, everyone but himself. One day, his empire crumbled, and with it, his reputation. Without trust, authority evaporates in an instant. Here's the brutal truth. When your team trusts you, they move faster, work harder, and rally when it gets tough. When they don't, one small crisis can destroy everything. So, flip the switch. Stop trying to be the smartest person in the room. Be the most interested, be the most supportive. Give credit freely, take responsibility fully. And here's a quick challenge. In your next meeting, call out one team member publicly for their impact. Be specific, be authentic. Next time something goes wrong, take ownership, and watch how trust spreads like wildfire. Because here's the punchline. Leadership isn't about you. It's about making everyone else believe they're winning. And when they do, your influence becomes unstoppable. Drop one leader you admire in the comments, and tell me why they make people feel like winners. And if you want more strategies that turn ordinary leaders into unforgettable ones, join ZestifyUp. Every week, we share insights that teach you how to communicate, influence, and lead like the top 1%, without theatrics, without tricks, just real, actionable skills. Remember this: your words, your presence, your stories. None of it matters unless your team trusts you. Master that, and you'll not just speak clearly, you'll command respect, loyalty, and results. You've just learned the 5 hidden keys that the top 1% use to speak clearly, command respect, and lead with authority. Now here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not your hard work, your hours, or even your ideas that decide how the world sees you. It's your speech, your presence, and how you make others feel. Every word you say, every pause you take, every story you tell, it's building your reputation, your influence, your legacy. And the best part? You can start today. You don't need permission, you don't need perfection. You just need clarity, courage, and the willingness to lead others to win. If you want weekly insights like this, lessons the richest, most powerful leaders live by, subscribe to ZestifyUp. Every week we break down strategies that most people never learn, and that can literally transform how you communicate, influence, and lead. Here's the question for you. Does leadership come from performance, or from the way you treat people? I want real opinions, real debate. Truth is, leadership is complicated, and that's what makes this worth talking about. Remember this: the way you speak, the way you show up, the way you lift others, that's your real power. Master it, and no one in the room will ever forget you. Most people chase results. Leaders chase how people feel. Which side are you on? Speak boldly. Lead with heart. Make every word count. So go. Speak boldly. Lead with heart. Make every word count. And we'll see you next week on ZestifyUp, where we turn insight into action and action into unstoppable influence.